There is no fast track to mastery. In order to get your black belt as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, it's going to take you between 10 and 14 years. There's no shortcuts, there's no cheat code, there's no hack to be able to get to there any quicker, because you have to do the time on the mat. You have to build up the skill set. You have to prove yourself over a period of time. And that takes effort, sets, and reps. Now, I've been training Jiu-Jitsu all in for about 6.5 years. And I know that when I get my black belt, I'm going to be in my 50s. But I know that it's going to happen. And I know that it's going to happen because I'm committed to one key thing: showing up. Now, in order for me to be an outstanding father, husband, and businessman, I have to go and do jiu-jitsu. And I have to go some days when I'm feeling super sharp, but also when I'm feeling super sluggish. But I still go regardless, because sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. And that's reflective across life. Training is more than just training for me. It's a solitude, it's an escape, it's a disconnection from the bigger world, from business issues to business success, to family issues to family success. It's a place that allows me to become the man that I want to be. It's like plugging myself into the matrix and being around like-minded people who are pursuing the same passion, drive, and direction. All of our missions are to achieve a black belt in jiu-jitsu and feel like we're on top of our game. Quite often it's where I go to build my own self-belief and confidence and instill resilience within myself. And they are key skills that we need within our business, leadership roles, being a father, being a husband. And the mindset that I often have when I'm on the mat is a black belt mentality. And that is that every time that I step onto that mat and off that mat, I've grown by at least 1%. Early on in my jiu-jitsu career, there were times when I stopped going, when I lost connection with it because of fear. I feared showing up. I feared not being good enough. I feared because of my ego. I overthought things and lost confidence, kept on getting smashed. And you do in those early days. Just like business, you get smashed. Just like your relationships, you get overrun. Just like when you're first a father, you don't know if you're doing the right thing or not. But we can't quit then, and we didn't quit now. And what I came to realize is that I cannot allow my emotional state to stop me from growing. And over the last 2.5 to 3 years, I started showing up again. I started going back to the mats. I started being hard to beat. I started progressing at 1% and working on things over a period of time with the process in mind, not the end result. And I no longer feel that fear. I no longer self-doubt myself. I go in with confidence. I go in with a plan. I go in with the mission. And that's that black belt mentality. It's never quitting. Even if you fall down, you get straight back up. Even if you've left things for a while, you can still come back. You can still re-engage. You can still get better as the man, because everyone knows that growth is on the other side of that resistance, and that resistance is inside of your head. And if you can build a black belt mentality to your life, to your business, to your relationships, then nothing is gonna get in your way. You're going to take every opportunity to build the man. Every time that I train, the golden rule, the black belt mentality is to get 1% better than I was before I walked on the mat. And it's the same thing that I take into my business. It's the same thing that I take into every day. It's the same thing I do when I interact as a father and husband. When I train, it's get 1% better. I'm not looking for the huge leaps. I'm looking for the micro attention to detail wins that collected over the next 10 to 14 years going to make my game, the way that I operate, the way that I roll in jiu-jitsu so much better. And that principle applies everywhere. Business, there is no finish line. Fatherhood, no perfection. Leadership, constant refinement. You do not chase the result, the mission, the outcome. You chase and evolve through the process. That's what the black belt mentality is. Building the grind, loving the grind, building on the losses, staying focused when the hype has disappeared. For me, that black belt is not a symbol. It's not a statement. It's a mission that's going to carry me over the next 6 to 7 to 8 years. It's the same way that I earned my green beret in the Royal Marines over 32 weeks, which I bled for. Where there were setbacks, where there were wins, where there were losses. I had to go through the hardest 32 weeks of my life to get a green beret on my head and embrace the ethos of something that I really believed in. That was my first true mission. And your mission, whatever it is, has to be treated in the same way. You don't drift into greatness You build into it with discipline, through reps, through silence, through setbacks. You break through them all and you keep going. So if you're in that place right now where you're doubting yourself, or you're drifting, or you feel like you're running up a hill, dragging kettlebells behind you, remember, you are not failing. You are simply training, conditioning yourself for life, preparing the mind for setbacks. You're building a black belt resilience from that mindset, the kind that shows up in every single day of your life. Want to see how that shows up in everyday life? Then watch Steve's case study right here, where he really needed resilience to save his life. Or if you need more training, I recommend watching this one here, which is the 3 tactics to building your legacy. And if you really want to pull the trigger and you want to come and work with us and take this to the next level, then in the description, there is a link to my Instagram profile. Click it, message me ready, and we will see if you're a good fit to come and join us in Mission Pro.